I want you to hit me as hard as you can.
You could always count on his characters to say the nastiest and funniest things in every single scene that featured him. But did the hilarity of his cinematic antics wear off over the years? Seann William Scott, spelled with 2 N's, would first burst into our collective consciousness in 1999 as the loudmouth but hilarious party boy, Stifler, the Stiffmeister, in American Pie. But was he a little bit too good at playing that type of character? So good that it was hard for anybody to see him as anything else, whether it be a dramatic performance or his personal life? Did the curse of American Pie get him? Were Stifler's demonic perversions ruining his chance at a bigger, better career? Or is Seann William Scott just like perfectly happy where he is and we should just be totally appreciative of the films he's given us? And over the years, his box office returns have diminished, except for one very successful animated franchise, but everyone has one of those. With a career spanning nearly 25 years, it's time we discuss what the f*** happened to Seann William Scott.
What happened? What did he do?
He blew it.
I want to take this time to say thanks for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe, and click that bell to get those notifications if you are interested in this type of video content. Now back to the show. But to truly understand what the f*** happened to Seann William Scott, we must begin at the beginning, and the beginning began when he was born on his birthday, 1976, Minnesota, United States of America. Seann always wanted to be an actor, so during college he decided to pack it all up and move to LA, cause that's what you do, I guess. While he was there, he was able to land some commercial work for American Express and Sunny Delight.
See ya. More Sunny Delight goes great with humble pie.
Sunny Delight, the good stuff kids go for.
After making his screen debut in the NBC-made TV film Born to Exile in 1997, and appearing in the Aerosmith music video Hole in My Soul, Seann William Scott would land the role of a lifetime playing Steve Stifler in the hit 1999 rated R comedy, American Pie. Seann would be the true breakout star of this raunchy ensemble. His performance would even land him several nominations, including the coveted Choice Sleazebag at the Teen Choice Awards, and American Pie would go on to earn over $235 million worldwide. And this unknown was paid only $8,000 to act in this motion picture, and he spent most of that before the film even hit theaters. But his payday would increase in the sequels by like $5 million, and a cut of the box office percentage. Yep, that's right, Seann, spelled with 2 N's, would return to 3 sequels, American Pie 2 in 2001,
I can taste the bubbles.
American Wedding in 2003,
It was good. Is it?
and American Reunion in 2012. They took like a decade off. Those 4 films combined earned nearly $1 billion at the box office. It's a lot of pie.
Yeah!
The year 2000 would be a big one for Seann, spelled with 2 N's. He would first appear in the $113 million grossing supernatural horror film, Final Destination, where his character got sliced from the jaw up. Ouch. He would follow that up by appearing in Todd Phillips' feature directorial debut, Road Trip, again playing a horn dog frat guy character. Somebody's gotta do it, so Seann William Scott did it, and he did it perfect. Road Trip would go on to make just under $120 million worldwide off a $16 million budget. Critics liked some of the humor, but said it would depend on your taste.
Yes! Shit!
He would round out that year of 2000 by being nominated for Choice Movie Chemistry and Choice Hissy Fit at the Teen Choice Awards. opposite co-star Ashton Kutcher for the so dumb it's actually kinda funny movie, Dude, Where's My Car? This wacky comedy would make over $73 million off a $13 million budget. The critics hated it, but it's kind of a cult comedy. You know, the people that it was made for really like it.
Where's your car, dude?
Dude, where's my car?
Where's your car, dude?
Seann, spelled with 2 N's, would appear opposite David Duchovny and Julianne Moore in the Ivan Reitman-directed Evolution in the year 2001. While this sci-fi comedy did make nearly $100 million at the box office, it came with a hefty $80 million price tag, so it was ultimately deemed a failure. But you know, it has some funny moments with some interesting creatures, and of course, Seann is hilarious again. His next film appearance would be in the Kevin Smith film Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back. After starring in a box office bomb called Stark Raving Mad, it made $54,000. And having a hilarious cameo in Todd Phillips' Old School, Seann William Scott would branch out a little bit by playing the comedic sidekick to Chow Yun-fat in Bulletproof Monk. This film probably should have elevated Seann William Scott to, you know, superstar status. They were hoping this would be the next Rush Hour. But no, the critics called this Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon for the American Pie audience, which I think is like an insult, right? But yeah, it lost millions and millions of dollars at the box office. This Monk may have been bulletproof, but it wasn't box office proof. Seann, spelled with 2 N's, would next appear opposite Dwayne Johnson, who was still credited as The Rock at this time, in the Peter Berg-directed The Rundown in 2003. This film would earn fairly positive reviews. It was a smart, fun, action-packed buddy comedy, featuring 2 actors who were like just about to explode. You could tell while watching this that The Rundown was gonna make some careers. And it did, out of director Peter Berg and The Rock, and it gave us faith in Seann William Scott's career. The Rundown made us completely forget about Bulletproof Monk. But unfortunately, The Rundown didn't really make enough money to be considered a hit. 2005 would see Seann William Scott be nominated for an MTV Movie Award alongside Jessica Simpson and Johnny Knoxville for Best On-Screen Team in the big screen adaptation of Dukes of Hazzard, which somehow made $111 million. It was fun to see this cast bring this television show to the big screen, but sadly I think this intellectual property has been #canceled. It has, right? In 2006, Seann William Scott would have both the biggest hit of his career thus far and the biggest bomb. He would start it out by voicing a possum called Crash in the $660.9 million grossing Ice Age: The Meltdown. He would return to bring that popular possum to life 5 more times. 2009's $886.6 million grossing Ice Age: Dawn of the Dinosaurs. This time it has dinosaurs, which is like historically inaccurate. 2007's television special A Mammoth Christmas. 2012's $877.2 million grossing Ice Age: Continental Drift. This time the plate tectonics are acting up or something. 2016's TV special The Great Eggscapade. And the $408.5 million grossing Ice Age: Collision Course.
You know the best part? We're curing diseases!
And while he was spending time in the Ice Age, he would appear in director Richard Kelly's highly anticipated follow-up to Donnie Darko, Southland Tales. This troubled production was truly ambitious, and it has gone down in infamy as being, you know, too much. And by too much, I mean too much money lost, too much story crammed in, and just too much for our puny minds to handle. As a Donnie Darko fan, a Rock fan, and a Seann William Scott fan, I was really looking forward to this one, and I have tried a few times to make it through this epic action comedy sci-fi satire musical extravaganza. but every time I just can't. It just feels unfinished, and it leaves you confused and unsatisfied. Following this, Seann William Scott would suffer a string of box office and critical misfires, including Trainwreck: My Life as an Idiot, Mr. Woodcock, and The Promotion.
Are you okay? Rhetorical question, Woodcock.
But Sean, spelled with 2 N's, would bounce back with Role Models in 2008, directed by comedy master David Wayne, and acting alongside Paul Rudd and McLovin. The critics would call this one frequently crude, but always funny. This funny feature film would make $140 million worldwide. And you know what? Come to think of it, Role Models is one of the last true great comedy films of recent memory. Not that recent, though. The chemistry of the cast is amazing, and this film really uses Seann William Scott's sleazebag typecast to perfection. 2009 and 2010 would see Seann William Scott make his producing debut with the direct-to-video film Balls Out, Gary the Tennis Coach, and a lackluster animated film called Planet 51, teaming up with The Rock again.
I got a list of the fattest teachers in my school, in case you're looking for a light snack.
Followed by reuniting with director Kevin Smith for the infamous Cop Out in 2010, opposite Bruce Willis and Tracy Morgan. This film did manage to be Kevin Smith's highest-grossing film ever, but that's not saying much. However, film critics and everybody found this film to be cliched and unfunny. But you could tell Seann William Scott was trying his best. He was trying to save this one, but, you know, nobody could. After having a cameo in Jackass 3D, Seann William Scott would star in a film that would tank upon its original release with just $7 million against a $12 million budget, but would ultimately find an audience when it would hit home video, the 2011 Canadian hockey film Goon. Critics championed this sports comedy, calling it crude but with well-formed characters, and a surprising amount of heart. Many reviews singled out Seann William Scott's performance as the highlight of the film, truly showing us that this guy is much more than Stifler. He even put on some pounds for the role. Seann William Scott, method actor. Goon performed so well after it hit home video that a sequel was greenlit in 2017, called Goon: The Last of the Enforcers. Critical reception for this sequel was a bit colder, saying that it was a simple retread of the first, but you know, the first was good, so good. And Sean would still receive much praise for his performance in this sequel. After being nominated for a Razzie Award for Worst Screen Combo, alongside the entire cast of movie 43, Sean would try and branch out from the crude comedy films he had been known to star in, by appearing in the dramedy Just Before I Go. But it was a huge box office bomb, a serious misfire. But Sean would continue his transition away from comedy and try to show the world his serious side with the psychological thriller Bloodline in 2008. He plays a guidance counselor who is also a serial killer. Yeah, that's right, Seann William Scott plays a serial killer, and he's actually really good. His performance will chill you to the bone. This was followed by the 2019 drama Already Gone. But this dude still dabbles in comedy every once in a while, blessing us with a hilarious cameo in Super Troopers 2 in 2018.
Shit.
In recent years, it would appear that Seann William Scott has transitioned smoothly into the world of television. After guest starring in an episode of It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia as Country Mac, Season 9, Episode 7, Mac Day, he would be cast in the 3rd season of the troubled Lethal Weapon TV series. He was called in to be a brand new character to come in and replace the lead actor after he was fired. And even though critics praised Seann William Scott's casting and called his performance on the show charming, Lethal Weapon, the TV series, was already in a tailspin when he was hired, and it was soon canceled after his appearances. Everyone thought Seann William Scott was gonna bring this show back to life, but no, not even Sean could save this one. But he would bounce back in 2022, hey, that's this year, with the Fox TV show Welcome to Flatch. It's a mockumentary about a small town. And this is where Seann William Scott officially shows us that he has grown up and moved on, but is still funny. Because now he's being cast as like the responsible adult character. Well, you know, as responsible as he could be. Playing Father Joe. Showing us that Sean still has more up his sleeve. And his collar. For people of a certain age, Seann William Scott was a comedy powerhouse. Stifler was a character that we all knew and hated in high school. And yet, when Seann William Scott plays this type of sleazebag, he was actually kind of lovable and endearing, to the point where we actually started rooting for this horrible person. And that says something. Seann William Scott has said that he doesn't get offered a ton of roles, and he has to fight for everything he gets, which only makes his performances all the better. Sean has expressed interest in a sequel to Dude, Where's My Car, but says that it has to be really R-rated and really weird. Also, director Peter Berg claims to want to return to the world of The Rundown, and Berg and The Rock have way more power in the industry now, so you never know. A Seann William Scott comeback could happen at any moment. Nowadays, it seems like every day there's a new 90s franchise being revamped, rebooted, remade. So it leads us to ask the question, is it time for another slice of that American Pie? And no, I'm not talking about those direct-to-video spin-offs. But yeah, what would a new American Pie movie be like? Would everybody get #MeToo'd or something? Stifler's trying to get on the Supreme Court, and they start going through his high school partying days? But actually, no, I'm not sure this new generation needs a Stifler role model to corrupt their fragile little minds. They're already corrupted, there's nothing Stifler could do anyway. So I don't know, a new American Pie movie could lead to the downfall of civilization and bring on, you know, like another ice age. But not the hilarious, adorable kind. But yeah, come to think of it, I would actually like to see Seann William Scott step away from his beloved franchises, actually. No need for unnecessary sequels. I want to see him keep fighting, keep experimenting, and keep making things like Goon. And no, maybe not every experiment will be a mega hit, but when Seann William Scott swings it just right, when he lands that punchline perfectly, the results are often groundbreaking, face-breaking, gut-busting, and thought-provoking. Some fans and paparazzi are actually surprised to find out how not like Stifler this actor is. He's actually down-to-earth and kinda quiet. Always disappointing real-life party boys hoping to slam down some shots with a stiff meister. But no, he's just a regular dude who actually knows where his car is. Plus, the genre that he thrived in, the gross-out rated-R horn dog comedy genre, unfortunately doesn't really seem to be on demand anymore. The Hollywood landscape is different now. And Mr. Sean, spelled with 2 N's, is still fighting to find out exactly where he belongs. So nobody should give a fuck about what the fuck happened to Seann William Scott, because he's doing just fine. And so is his mom.
Mom? Shipwreck? Oh, hey, Stifler.